We've seen them bonding together, having fun on the set, and bringing us one of the best Disney productions in the name of Descendants. The Descendants cast are so close on set that one might think their friendship began way back before getting the job. Welcome to Riveted, and here's what we know about their relationship off the cameras. The story of the Descendants is one that revolves around relationships, couples, families, and friends, from the villain kids to the kids of Aradon Prep. The love and hate messages, reconciliation, and celebrations make us think there is more to this than meets the eye. If there is any moment that proves so many things at once as the sad news about the death of Cameron Boyce. We could see the way the actors of Descendants reacted to their colleague's death. People may have a company that they work for and talk to each other because the situation has forced them to. They may also work under the same company but never talk. They only greet each other because they cannot avoid one another. Whether something good or bad has happened to a workmate, they have no obligation to react to it, whether by laughing or crying, because they share no common thing beyond work. So the way the Descendants cast reacted to this sad occurrence showed how much these guys were close. When giving her condolence message, China Ann McClain said she even had Cameron's hat that he left in her room. We can't do that for each other if we are not friends in real life. She also shared photos of them when they were not working. Of course, if a bond proves too strong to break, people always look for shortcuts. There were rumors sometimes back that Dove Cameron and China Ann McClain had beef. This is because when they were playing a Disney trivia game, there were questions to each person, and it is said that Dove Cameron rolled her eyes and did not seem interested in the game. Some speculated that Dove Cameron might be in bad terms with China McClain. In her defense, Dove Cameron replied by saying that it is funny because they could not love each other more. Clearly, she stood up to defend their friendship and clear the air. No one protects you more than your friend, right? When Dove Cameron was giving her tribute to Cameron Boyce on her Instagram channel, she talked of what Cameron Boyce's friendship meant to her. She said she had lost a friend who helped her whenever she had problems. Dove Cameron went ahead and talked of how Boyce helped her out on an eating disorder. He had also helped her out on a dark relationship and got her through endless breakdowns. First, we have to agree that someone who goes to these limits is not just a colleague, but a true friend, a friend who cares. If all this is to go by, then we are looking at a possibility that either these are friends who got so lucky to the extent of being employed by one company, or they created a bond so strong that it got to their private lives. If the latter is the case, then this is just another epic story. If we get to the film itself, the picture speaks volumes. The Descendants movies are great fun, filled with amazing music that are genuinely expressed through their magical voices. It is said that much of the Disney Descendants cast began their careers in Disney, and this might have resulted in them becoming friends. People like China Ann McClain have shared a lot of pictures on their social media platforms of the Descendants cast having fun. She went ahead to add captions like, "I love these hooligans." She even posted a video with Cameron Boyce, and they seem to be having fun talking about random things that are not work-related. They joke a lot and make each other laugh on and off set. Whenever they're together, they take random group pictures and post them on social media. Dove Cameron, who plays Mal in the movie, has also been very vocal about the Descendants cast training and practice for the film on social media. I mean, who supports his or her workmate's career and shares all they do, does not care what people will say because they like who they are, if not a real friend. Unlike some celebrities, the Descendants cast congratulate their fellow cast members if they are nominated for or win an award. They celebrate like a family, and this was made possible by the fact that they grew together while acting in Disney. When Cameron Boyce was honored with the Pioneering Spirit Award for his role in the Thirst project that he was involved in, his Descendants cast members used the available means they had, and that is social media, to send their congratulatory messages because one of them was doing a good job. So when he passed on, Cameron Boyce's friends, now we can call them friends because they have proven to us beyond a doubt that this friendship goes beyond Descendants, said they would carry on with his noble course. Some fans even joked that they might be friends in real life because their parents in Descendants shared the same world. Boo Boo Stewart has always been spotted with Dougherty as the friends got to tackle some challenges designed by Descendants producers and directors. In these kinds of challenges, each one gets to come across different situations, and this opens them up, and they reveal their inner being to each other. We're not sure if they got to see these challenges as a means to bond, but sure enough, it bore some fruits. The unexpected ties were formed whether you were on the villain kid side or otherwise. Whether the script designed you as evil or good, all of them had fun together, and the fact that they knew how to differentiate work and play made them friends all the more. There is also the aspect of romance when we talk about real friends. Dove Cameron had just broken up with her boyfriend and had no intentions of falling in love. Little did she know that her next partner was in the same company she worked for. By the time they started dating, Dove Cameron and Dougherty had already become friends. They'd already known each other, and falling in love with someone you know and trust is simply the most beautiful thing. In an interview, China Ann McClain, who plays Uma in Descendants 2 and 3, said that joining the Descendants family was one of the best things that happened to her. She was seen happy introducing herself and her character, talking about the amazing people she works with and how she feels after taking part in the acting. There's also the part that we call the final embrace. In any movie, the ending part tells us a lot about the relationship between the cast and crew members. If it was a bad blood kind of relationship, people leave after their last scene without the usual wrap-up parties. But if it was a healthy one and there was nothing else but pure love, scenes like the final part of the villain kids and the long embrace are what our eyes will be treated to. Even the director of Descendants felt it. After their last scene, the villain kids were told that that was the last scene that they were going to be in the Descendants movie. The four workmates turned friends came together in a tight embrace, and the room went dead silent for a while. The VKs even had a chat group. They could not believe it really was the end. The endless games, laughter, the teasing and pranks, the environment that they had come to get used to and sometimes called home would now be a thing of the past. Yes, some may argue that they had lives before that and they would easily get back to them. Okay, as much as it looks easy for these kids, it meant a lot. The long rehearsal days, the unending conversations when they visited each other, and media tours and interviews they got invited to made them grow and connect with each other, and being young, these feelings grow and become permanent. Having said that, we know that they will be keeping in touch even long after they have parted ways, but one thing is for sure, there are those that can't do without one another. Apart from having a boyfriend from the Descendants cast, Dove Cameron has another ride or die kind of friendship with Sophia Carson. Their friendship is one that we call magical. You can't fail to notice the actress who played besties Mal and Evie off-screen bond when you first meet them. These two beautiful and talented actresses always look like they are having the best time when they're together. They have taken and shared a lot of pictures and accompanied them with sweet captions that speak volumes of their value to each other. Sophia Carson and the late Cameron Boyce became friends even before the Descendants movie. Okay, this may sound weird, but it was true, at least according to what Sophia Carson believed in her mind. She once said during her several tributes to Cameron Boyce after his death that she wanted to be friends with Boyce because she liked him and that he looked like a great person. So when she found out that they were going to star in one movie, she walked straight to Cameron Boyce and said, "This is going to sound so weird, but we are about to do this new thing together, and I'm going to hug you because I can promise you now, we are going to be friends." Who in the world has that kind of courage to tell someone you have never talked to, probably never met, that you are going to be friends? What if she was rejected? What if Cameron Boyce snubbed her? Okay, we know he was not anything close to all of these, but we're just assuming. This would have been a total embarrassment to Sophia Carson, and maybe they would not have even brought out the roles that they did the way they had in Descendants. But their sides just clicked, and that is how Cameron Boyce and Sophia Carson became friends. Whichever way we want to look at it, the Descendants actors formed a bond that will last for a long time. And maybe there might be another Disney production that might bring them together again. Ortega, having said it was fun and easy working with the group, wouldn't mind directing them again for sure. As the Descendants chapter closed, there are new opportunities for these friends, and we hope that they get to star together in the next production they'll be working for. Do you have any memories of the actors you considered best friends in the Descendants? Is there any that reminds you of your best friend? Share with us in the comments section below and let us interact. Remember, we do post new videos daily, so don't forget to subscribe. This has been Riveted.